yo Gbarzon. Gbarzon tene yo ya yede. No ma be mama wele bore. Ula jeje tele won bo e. My say yeah. Mono de anu le ma wen. Jeje tele won bo e. My say yeah. Mono de anu le ma wen. Jeje tele won bo e. My say yeah. Mono de anu le ma wen. Oh na ble lo mu. Ayon Samuel de ble lo agba yon re. Yo ma Gbarzon de se pan we le blu la o. Ajiwa o ya ye Gbarzon we wa. Mo ya lu ya ye so na ya lu bare. Aja lu ya o si na ri ye lu bo. Da ro na di se re ye mo. Ajiwa o wa ye Gbarzon we. De na we a. De ye de le mo ngoti ya we do re. Mo ngoti o ya jide ya mango. Well, I just want to I say, yeah. Mono de anu le ma wen. I don't just want to I say, yeah. Mono de anu le ma wen. I mami remind you away yo. Past president. Our gay won't blow it yo. General secretary. Bebo I go lo na yo. Diga we able lo yon we wa. Jeje dan ya ble Gbarzon we yo. Am lo result to ba we. Result to ba chei. Wa we o. Engineer ta tene sa we o le. Beje ga ide yeji. Aya se man dem ble ro Gbarzon. Am le body ta yo we. Jeje dan ya wan go e. I say yeah. Mono de anu le ma wen. Ula jeje dan ya wan go e. I say yeah. Mono de anu le ma wen. Ose mami ri po won. I say yeah. Mono de anu le ma wen. Mogo ti aji. Jeje dan le mogo ti aji le. Mogo ti anai. Jeje dan le mogo ti anai yo. Ata tende go lo yaka. Natale kwaya wea. Natale kwaya go lo yaka. Don't let me kwaya go lo yana le o. For the two go lo yaka le o. Oh, very for so. I'm blessing this away. Project engineer. Kata to no go lo yana le o. Kama ble na mo we ble wa. Well I jeje dem ya wan bo e. I say yeah. Mono de anu le ma wen. Well mami ri ya wan bo e o. I say yeah. Mono de anu le ma wen. Mami ri go lo yana. I say yeah. Mono de anu le ma wen. Ya tainwa. Engineer Dennis. I say we ma o mayo. Brother Sam Clear. Negotima. Mondui. Boye tawe. Wa Gedeh. Orito to ba chei. Nude. Beatrice to ba flan. Mataleke Isha. Zabasha. Yoen Tiwe. Marco Reeves. Cecilia Moro. Nude. Tracy Su. Mondui. Français Bablo. Keseba. Aji jeje ble o. Aji jeje tele ble o. Aji jeje ble o. Aji jeje tele ble le. Gbarzon mongo ti ya na ino. Bobe sina. Asewe ma. Apojo ta lole o. Ti obo o. Mongo ti ya na ino. Di obo ta lole o. Aji o ye yenye pore o. Tommy Shoro. Ide gle. Ajiwa oya ye penu. Ingba kra lego ti aji. Mongo ti o we blo yon gade. Alo amade ele ameson we gba. Ula jeje de ya won bo e. I say yeah. Mono de anu le ma wen. Jeje de ya won bo e. I say yeah. Mono de anu le ma wen. Ula mami ri wa won bo e. I say yeah. Mono de anu le ma wen. Ula jeje de ya won bo e. Mama poor, Clarice. shopping manager. And in the lemon, dig away, oh, our mother. Like a better one, Luigi, Mother Elizabeth Chico, Joe and Tiwe, Aton Naya, Ellis Cole. I reckon you won't Luigi, Chijoba, Mammy Chloe, Elina Gay, Golo, Yankalo, Daniel Bayo, our father, Joseph Manania, Away, Aaron Keso, Elina Money, Wolomuji. I say Catherine, we are with Mao, Ronse right. And there I was no way. I was no Mondia Realo. Our queen was ready. Come for Bazonia Logi. I did that again. Ula Jay, there won't go. My said, yeah. Monopiano, let my one. There won't go. I said, yeah.
First of all, I will say you are welcome in Jarwodee City. Please take your seat. Program marking the dedication of the newly constructed Jarwodee Elementary and Junior High School facility held on the school campus, Jarwodee City, Gbarzon Territory District, Gedeh County. Today, the 7th of January 2022. We will be having our opening prayer, and no one else will be giving all the prayer but Pastor Ilayoka. The time is given to him.
God is good all of the time. Shall we rise? Okay, let us bow. And so, God, our Father, Lord, we tell you thank you for this hour and the days that you set aside for us to see this date. Papa, we tell you thank you for all the children that travel a long distance and they are reading this and they look up down today. It is time for the program to be started. We ask your wisdom, your understanding, and your power to dwell upon this program, that your name will be glorified. Take away sickness, they're going to be everything in our body. Give 1 minute here to live on earth in Jesus' mighty name.
Amen. That powerful prayer. Welcome remarks. And we'll be asking our city mayor to do that for us. Honorable Arthur Pugh.
Honorable Arthur Pugh for city of Jarwodee City. In my capacity as city mayor, now my duty to do that is when I look around is our office of the superintendent, Gbarzon district, and the office of the branch for Great Gedeh for in America. They are here in spirit. Also, there are people here that today, the happy day today for Jarwodee City. So they are here. And when I go around is our county inspector, pressing in spirit. And somebody here already that the county inspector is here. The official of the district, elders, chiefs, teachers, principals, they are present. In my case, they are city mayor of Jarwodee. I welcome everybody in the city of Jarwodee. This is your city. I welcome you in the way of God and also people, Mother. Thank you very much.
Recognition of guests. It will be done by one of the instructors, Mr. Sabah Chio.
Our county education officer, CEO, and delegates are present. Delegates from the county government official present and some in spirit to come. Delegates from our American brothers here present. Mr. Harris Tue, of the ARC Chief Reverend, also here present. Other special invitees, elements of the Peace Radio, all here present. Chiefs, cheerleaders, my fellow instructors of honor various institutions also here present. Ladies and gentlemen, I take this time to say you are all recognized. Thank you all very much for coming here to join us and make this program a very unique and historical one. Thank you for coming.
These are all chiefs from various towns.
Thank you, Mr. Gio.
Territory district. They are all here to be a part of this unique
the fifth
program.
item, please, I have the master sheet. The fifth item, the fourth item, we ask for selection. Selection. With the student ready, directress, they give her one song. Okay.
Sujio, Mon brother, c'est pas un voyage de mon nom à compter. I'm doing one. Sujio, allons Sujio, 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 Sujio,
Ya bata Gdaa se ajibeti bo. Ala suwaje o. Mabe kubaje. Suwaje o. Mabe kubaje suwaje o. Mabe kubaje. Suwaje o. Mabe kubaje suwaje o. Mabe kubaje. Mabe kubaje suwaje o. Mabe kubaje. Say you are the kubaje suwaje o. Mabe kubaje.
Hallelujah. your beautiful selections. I have to introduce an important person who just traveled and reached on this program. He is Honorable Zleto Tession, President of the Grand Gedeh Association in the Americas, Incorporated, Iowa Branch, Chairman of CDC Iowa Chapter. You are welcome, sir. The people are very this school year, and I represented just entered, so I have to welcome him. So, the president for the district, Excellency Grace Sawanja, and one of the female teachers within the district. You are welcome, your sister. Okay, thank you very much. Program continue. Introduction of the program. And as you imagine, your people, my excellency, they see there. Your people will see again do 3 ways. God bless you. And the program, and we are asking student Wilson Bayo to come up for the introduction of the program. Wilson, what? Don't be afraid, that's a talent.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. By the way of introduction, my name is Gdaa Williamson Bayo. I am from the 7th grade class. I will be doing the introduction of this program. Our honorable guest speaker, a parameter year present, district official, and our gift city major year present, member and official of the various clubs year present, student body, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Principal, our platform guest, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my fellow citizens. With gratitude, I am more delighted to be selected among brilliant or great graduates or students to introduce this great occasion. Our program for today comprises of the following: opening prayer, welcome remark, recommendation or special emphasis, historical highlight of this great institution, key, note, address, rally, and so forth. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is your occasion. Let us join the master of ceremony as we relax and enjoy the dedication of this day institution. Our thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, historical highlight of the Jarwodee Elementary and Junior High School. It will be done by no other person but Mr. Khan. William Khan. You are welcome.
Chief Education Officer of the Grand Gedeh County, Professor Harry Doe and his delegation here present. The special representative from Gbarzon, this American here present. Our guest of honor, Reverend Harry Doe, keynote speaker of this special occasion. The district superintendent of Gbarzon District and his delegation here present. The outgoing DO, Mr. Harry Zadegi, and the incoming DO, Honorable Napoleon Kuya here present. Chairman and members of the social organization here present. Chair leaders, chief elders, our supervising president here in spirit. The chairman members of the PTA, students, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I am deeply happy to be selected among my colleagues to give the historical highlight of this school, Jarwodee Elementary and Junior High School. This particular school was founded in the year 1961, April 13. The first president of this institution was Mr. Masakwe. After years of his services in the institution, he was replaced by R.T. Ransom in the year 1963 as a principal. As years come and go, Mr. Ransom was replaced by the late Oliver Willie in the year 1966. As student population continued to grow, and a plea was made in the 70s to one fiscal volunteer by the name of Ben Nooney. After hearing this request and knowing the importance of education, he constructed one school which contained 3 classrooms and 2 offices. After the completion of the building in 1976, the late Honorable J.D. Sapi with the Param Chief of the Gbarzon Chiefdom, in consultation with the sectional chiefs of elders of Gbarzon Chiefdom, invited the late President Towa, the President Protocol of the Liberian Senate, to do the dedication of the 3 classroom building. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as year come and go, several strategic gains in 1990, when many infrastructures were damaged, including Jarwodee Elementary and Junior High School. After the several crises, and majority of the people came home, one Mr. Edward Chelu, because of his teaching career, he wisely started the operation of the school. The school's principal he was appointed school principal in 1999, at which time normal classes resumed. Distinguished personalities, ladies and gentlemen, as I said previously, as year comes and go, I, Willow speaking, was appointed by Gedeh County Education Authority as principal in 2014. Because of combining classes, which is unacceptable at the time of my administration, and in line with the PTA, we made a lot of recommendations to the Gbarzon district-based Americans to build additional classrooms in order to make teaching effective. The invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, after hearing these recommendations and requests, the Gbarzon district-based Americans, under the leadership of J.J. Dennis, deemed it expedient to construct this modern building where we are today. Let's have hardly hoped under the principalship of Mr. William Kaba, the now seated principal, who wisely and professionally utilize these facilities in order to give quality education for the now generation. May Almighty God bless each and every one of us. And thank you.
There are 2 programs dealing with. So, the now item there is the introduction of the newly assigned DO Gbarzon Education District, and we'll be calling our CEO to do that. Welcome, sir.
This is Mr. Do.
Thank you.
CEO of Gedeh County.
Honorable District Superintendent for Gbarzon Statutory District, other local government officials of the district, our representative emeritus, the board member, county school board member representing Gbarzon District, Mr. Dogbayi, outgoing DEO and incoming DEO, both Ziate G and Napoleon Kuya, representative of the Gbarzon District Association in the Americas, our elders, women group, principals and teachers of the Gbarzon District School System, other members of the platform, student body, the 4th Estate, members of the 4th Estate present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Minister of Education, Professor Tao Ansusoni, I bring you greetings from the Ministry of Education. First of all, speaking to you, I'm Harry D. Doe, the County Education Officer for Gedeh County. I'm overwhelmed this afternoon to be here. I've been working in the county. I went to other parts of Gbarzon District, but this is my first time to come to Jarwodee. And I'm impressed with the work so far that is being done here. I'm talking about the school. But like she said, like Beatrice said, we have a program within program. A few days ago, I was communicated to by my minister that our 2 DEOs, the DEO for Gbarzon and the DEO for Kunobo districts, have been swapped, meaning that the Gbarzon district DEO, Mr. Gedeh will be going to Kunobo School District, and Napoleon Sequia, who was in Kunobo, is coming to Gbarzon. These are all your children. So in fulfillment of my duties and responsibility representing the Minister of Education, I have previously decided to come here to induct into office the incoming DEO, at the same time to have the outgoing DEO turn over the office of the District Education Officer. After I've made my plan, we made our plan, I think it was the second day we received a letter that we are invited here to witness the turnover ceremony of this great school building. Having received the letter and coming to the same people, I responded that instead of having 2 different programs, given the basic time and the distances that we have, we should blend these 2 programs together. This is why today you have program within program. However, our program is very short. Like I said, we are here officially to induct into office Mr. Napoleon Sequia as District Education Officer. You see, we work with government. Let me tell you my story first. Because I don't want for people to politicize what is going on in the education sector. I'm from Grand Cru. I served as CEO for Grand Cru County from 2006 to 2012. 2013, I was transferred to River G to serve as CEO. 2018, they took me from River G and brought me to Grand Gedeh. So you see what is going on there. So I'm standing here, cannot say maybe the people of Grand Cru didn't like me. This is why they told the minister to move me from there. I went to River G, I established there. I even built a house. While enjoying my house there, living in my own house, 2018, they said, no, you're supposed to go to Grand Gedeh. I can't blame River G people to say, oh, River G people that you people say I should move from here. It's called to duty. So I'm saying this to say that these 2 persons are your children. The services Gedeh render here, he will go on the other side to render those services. Napoleon was here as principal before he ascended to the position of DEO, Kunobo. Now the government found it necessary to bring him back to Gbarzon. So what I want to tell you is, work along with Napoleon, the same way you work along with Siate. We want to see this district improve. And we know that the district is on the path of improvement. And this is why we are here today, to witness the turnover of this strong building here. Having said that, I would like to call forth Mr. Quia to come and take oath.
Mr. Nathaniel Quia, the incoming DO of the district.
Repeat after me, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I, Reverend Napoleon Sauru Quia,
hereby do solemnly swear
hereby do solemnly swear
that I will conscientiously, respectfully, honestly, perform my duties and responsibilities as DEO for Gbarzon Education District to the best of my ability. So help me God. And thank you very much. So the man has shown the Bible. He carries the Bible, meaning that all his work that he will do here, he will do it in the presence of God, bearing in mind the fear of God. Thank you very much. Before acceptance, we will ask the outgoing DEO to come and turn over the office before he will come to accept.
This is Mr. Gedeh, the outgoing DEO that dancing.
Robin, DJ!
Send your child to school. Education is sweet. But if you get your child, send your child and your children to school. Education is sweet. In the first place, before I continue, something is bothering me and I have to express it. If I don't do so, my God will rise until a boss. In the first place, Mr. Harry Doe, the county education officer, this is the first time coming to Jarwodee. And I always promoted Jarwodee to him, that this place, I will fight hard for it to be high school. As I'm looking around, most of the people I'm seeing here, they're from different towns. Some from Bago town, some from Tidedi, some from Jerusalem, some from... Look at Jarwodee. Look at Jarwodee. What is happening, my people? I just want to express it, don't know what it means. I am sorry if to say this induction ceremony will be taking place later. I will ask my boss to give me 45 minutes to express myself. But we are in Jarwodee. All protocols observed and sustained. I am grateful to God and also with happiness in an enthusiastic mood this afternoon. If you see me in my white coat suit, it means that I am happy and it's the sign of purity. Yes. And I'm leaving Gbarzon not in darkness. Taking transfer from Gbarzon to Queen is a pleasure for me. I don't have problem with it. I am fit to go anywhere. Even though I'm old, but I learn. If you transfer me from Gbarzon to go to Queen, I'm going with my BSc. Yes. I see no reason why other individuals or people are rejoicing over my transfer. So far, I am not a dictator. I brought myself down to any of my teachers, apply flexibility, persuasive way of talking to them. People fail to realize that the DEO position and assignment are not static, but dynamic. Education district. Tomorrow, Mr. G is going to take over Queen Education District. It is a pleasure for me. It is a pleasure for me. My CV is building up. Do you know that? Mr. Kuya and I established our friendship when we met at the University of Liberia. Mr. Kuya helped me in so many directions. He offers a lot of hospitality. One, I was in Gedeh when Mr. Kuya ran after my degree together with my wife and signed on my behalf and hand delivered the degree to my wife. Number two, Mr. Kuya, you know, at the university we get problem teachers. He was the chairman, I was the co-chairman. We have problem. If you say anything, we don't sell it, we say no. You don't want that one. Next thing he did for me, he helped me, he helped my wife. You know, I cannot take pay in Gedeh. I am with Echo Bank. Anytime my family in Monrovia, they say, Mr. Chairman, they say, yeah, Mr. Co-Chairman. I say, I beg you, make way out of no way in the bank to sign for at least 20,000 or 15,000 to give it to my wife. And as soon as I gave him that call, in 2 minutes time, Napona will make way out of no way to get money from the bank and give it to my wife. So today, let me tell you, if you sat there and you say you want to get between Napoleon and myself, it means that you are getting between man and husband. Your hair will lead there. And
Why?
to make everything obvious and interesting. You all right now?
Sure.
Now to make everything obvious and interesting, also, I am happy and willing to turn over the office of the DO for Gbarzon Education, Gbarzon Education District to Mr. Kuya. Mr. Kuya,
Sir?
when we shall have gone back to select time, I will turn over the office and the remaining item. What do I mean? I came with the key or the most important key of the office, but right now, when I go low, they lock it up, which is the stamp. But from here, I will give you the stamp. Thank you, Mr. Doe. God bless you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Kuya. When we reach that time, I will turn the office over. Thank you, everybody. Let God bless everybody.
Amen. For Christ's sake. All protocol observed. I'm from the Christian background, so I always give God the glory. Okay, and on behalf of my family and myself, I take the opportunity again to congratulate Mr. G. Having said that,
Mr. Napoleon Kuya, incoming
God
of Gbarzon Statutory District.
God is so big and nobody cannot question God. This is the first time for DEO to be installed in Gbarzon in Jarwodee. We don't want to keep you for long, but I am a historian and politician by nature and God-fearing man. Having said that, Honorable G is my father and my personal friend, and he said that, but I did psychology, history and government, public administration, emphasis in political science. So that even when you're angry with me, I will talk to you, you will feel satisfied. There is nobody that can break the relationship between I and strategy. CEO, though they said that this job is rotational. After my graduation and strategy, he brought me to Gbarzon to serve as principal for Gdaa Elementary School, which is the first time for BS Golo to be there. After I served for 8 months, I was appointed DEO for Queenable Educational District. Within 6 months, I was in Tembo, and I received call from the CEO that had been appointed DEO for Gbarzon Tertiary District. This is the first time when we got to Queenable, I told the CEO that I will make Queenable District to be the best. And any teacher that passed in college, I will make way that you will attend. But when you're riding back, you'll be removed from the payroll. Within 6 months, the school system was settled. And when you heard on the air that the marketeer and the students demonstrated for 1 week, asking Gdaa Solim to send me back. But by God will, I'm here. Today, you should work with me. I do not know all. But you should work with me. And by God willing, this district will be the best and the best in the country. God, I will ask God for mercy to forgive me. You know me. I serve key position within the district, within the county. From district commissioner, brewery commissioner, paymaster, former officer or captain, the officers for Liberia, former director for Liberia Rural Development in Brown County. So many. Today, we're here to work. It is very regrettable, let me say that, for the CEO to be here today and to see our citizens. That program is very poor. But we need to appeal to you. Prioritize education. Education is a key. We prioritize politicians, then education. Today, when we say that Mr. Doe come to run for Central Pole, they will be packed because something will be on the table. But the best thing that is on the table is education. Now, so what's the time? Education is the key of the world. The president depends on Gdaa Solim. Gdaa Solim depends on the 9 deputies. The 9 deputies depend on CEOs. The CEO depend on DEOs. DEO depend on principal. Principal depend on teacher. Teacher depend on student. Student depend on parent. Where are the parents? That's what's the term. Grandchildren, we should take education to be our life. Compare counties with grandchildren. Today, you see the 4 counties that gave the President Thomas or declared 1964 grandchildren, Nima, Bon, Lofa, local the county, and compare grandchildren. Take education to be your problem. God bless you.
School, choir.
My knee is patient hotel. We come here once. Our song is titled Joy will overflow. Joy overflow, my Lord. I sing a new song to the Lord. Joy overflow, my heart. I sing a new song to the Lord. When you were precious, we will honor thee. Honor thee, singing glory, hallelujah. Joy overflow, my Lord. I sing a new song to the Lord. Why shall I will? Why shall I will? Why shall I will to you, O Lord? I will praise you, O Lord. Why shall hallelujah? Why shall I will to you, O Lord? He gave me power. He gave me power. He gave me power. He gave me everlasting life. I will praise you, O Lord. Why shall hallelujah? Why shall I will to you, O Lord? Thank you for the beautiful selection from Jarwodee Elementary and Junior High School. Hallelujah. Okay. Everything you do, you have to put God first. Turning over of the beautiful school building. And we will be calling the representative from the diaspora, Honorable Slave Tote Senior. God bless you, sir.
Oh, you don't happen to see me standing here? Hello, everybody.
Don't join in.
Well, my good people, I'm so happy this time to be here before you, because when I was approached by Honorable Gedeh Dennis to represent the organization here and do this presentation, I accepted it because I'm from this district. I shall be in Mura by name. But after the Port Town convention, I delayed a little bit because of the program.
I'm sorry for the tower your place hard. I've been this for plenty years. I'm not just many, but I'm not bluffing. But the place is very, very hard. I beg you, please bear with me. The federal government officials present, all platform guests, the elders, all organization presence, the leadership, the student body, and the audience. Today, I bring you greetings from the current administration of the Gbarzon District Diaspora, headed by Honorable J.J. Dennis. This school building, when J.J. Dennis administration got into power in February 2017, they came up with a platform that what they went on, that is going to make sure that this district, our district, the unique district, the Grand Association, the Grand Gedeh County in Liberia, this is the first district. The administration promised that they're going to make sure to make education materials very, very simple and give it to our people. And the uniqueness of our people in the diaspora is we are together. When you say convention, can you imagine in the face of the barrel, we managed to get together, the few people get together in the apartment, all people get together and have the togetherness and contribution of going on to make sure we fund this school building. About $39,000 was spent. And my president told me, I'm the president of the association in Iowa. At the same time, the chairman of CDC in Iowa. I can't speak with small volume and I talk in my state heavy. Heavy, not joke. Right now, my state, more people classify as the Grand Gedeh now, we call it Grand Gedeh in Americas. Our people moved there. But I want you to understand today, we are together. Try to be together here too. You will enjoy from us. Let us be together. The key point is togetherness. When we are together, the Bible says that our prayer will move mountain. When I come in on this side, I got sick after I reached here because the road system in the air coming down, in the air coming down. So the driver looked behind and said, "My main thing, I said I'll reach. I'm counting. I will go." That's why I've been in the state for almost 20 some more years. But this is my county. I'm from here. And when I leave, I came on some other occasions that which you will not know. I will not tell you all. But we came to find out some other issues because some information been going back there. So myself came on the field. People been coming here. My brother can't go, but myself came to make sure. But today, the Honorable J.J. Dennis told me to do the presentation that the government will take charge of the school building. We present the school into the hands of the government of Liberia. We want to say we trust you, you can do it, and we'll be with you. In terms of any other production of institutional materials, we'll help the government. And another structure being erected in Toastdown. I listened to the other brother just spoke, the needed CEO or DEO something. You know, education, we the Crown people, we need to hold it with our two hands. You need those 4 counties when you look graduates at least. Even in the states we are, some of our children, they graduate from high school, they start working, they look for money now. When you ask them, say, you can't go to college, they say, Daddy, they may finish for me, look for small money, I'll go. That's why they're looking for they do everything now. So we are decided to come again with different strategies, see how best we can get to some of them. We need to work hard. We need to work hard. I can see guys are very encouraged. People go to school. That's good. But my My son myself coming, the motorbike girl going up and down. I said, my man, still reaching down. He said, what name? I said, what? We got to pull out. We pull out, not time that he's not going to get the pay. I said, okay, that's good. We'll make it. And, you know, Dallas Toba, Philip Che, they had an organization, they build schools here. I think I'll try to visit it to see, because I already honor Dallas. I have my program, the Friend Association. But today I'm going to say we are with you, we'll be by you, we are for you, and we are of you. Anything, when it comes to not just education alone, but what is life-threatening or good things you want, get to the administration real quick, we'll be there for you. The project manager is Honorable Joe N. Tiwe. He's in charge of the project for the district in the diaspora. And then his secretary for attended. And then CFOs who build the structure. You know what we do, say build the structure. All them say your hello. All them say that anything of the institution, you call us, we'll work together and you guys will get it. Again, I'm going to say thanks to you. I'm going to say thanks to the media team. I'm going to say thanks to everybody, the government officials. Please, don't feel reluctant in case of anything. Get to us immediately. We'll work with you in that direction and you'll be more happy. Thank you. God bless you. God bless everybody. But Peter, I'm leaving. I got other programs to attend to. So don't think I'm just leaving you know. That the development superintendent is my friend. We'll hang up from here. But I'm leaving you. Thank you. God bless you.
Please let the time people to talk with you for a minute. Please, for God's sake. Let them talk with me for a minute. So I will just bring you in the time people get ready and do. The message you have a schedule on him. So you can come on and say what I want to say. Let them start coming for a presentation.
Gbarzon di so da mo lu wa nyokra on ya we so le anye we de be payu le ma apotro ti apotro era nuara mo ble mo na nyu ke no ba mo denu nuwe de ma na dure ti nu atoya mo de we mo mu ku igbe mo duwa de mo de duwe mo de nu wo ble we ke wa ma nyu wa ma si enya we de mo nu ata mo si era wa che pa che o du e go de mo nu ala apotro ko kwa na mo po awe de de na do se mo ti jo ye ke be ni abura ke wo e da se apotro mo tewe de mo ti jo nya na wo ala nu ra so we wa ble adu da se da we ka kire ye de nu ani e wa pri wa wa nya da se material ye se ani e be ara go mo ba ja ri ya mo ore du prodi yo te ye se ye ba sa ni o da ajo ko ba tu yo so ni wa gbe amu problem wo cho wa ba yo o cho le kira wa de yi nyo ma je so je no je no se je de ni ke o me anyo na mo ara o mo bo anu po priwe we na bo awon mo nyo ko tra nu wa adigbe ra wa pi wa di onu e je bo ni onu ha o mo ble che ro o po ra ji patrusha o che o yo o ero akewe ni ablio the blue di nyonya mete pa odi ya ni ablio tewe aseda je goti ewo mo ra nu wa mo fu ewe ya we mo ra amutra de ni kunya de a aje mo fo we sia we mo nwa ni we mo jo kwade we mo ne ka bloke we fo aja fa se nya po ne mo na po mo e dia wo de nwa ye ba apo tro we udi mo pre awo gbogbo la we nya ye etie de po ele de po ku mu le po ade bu mo ru we mo ga awon mo so we po we anu e lo yan ina ayu odai awo de yu de udi di anyo pre awo gbogbo la ke we nu gbogbo yin na ida mi le udi mo pre la kebe ake gale ru ni udi e kala bo ja bre we mo ga a mo we ba ro ni mo ba ga anu e lo yan bre ke a de yu mo nyo ma lo we wa che o gbogbo e apo mo tro de yu di bo awon blood di bo o a
enu ti yo ina wa ti ya yu bre la o comme là père si le wa vous temps je ne que ba ga no fa no ti e ni a bare mo mu e mo e ro ina mo ba te ri enu we ye mo ne le nyana de mo de la mo mu e
de ka bare mo la e se be wa anu wa de we ye ne o tra we nu wo fe we ye poda ne bo wo fe ni we ne subu nu we no ba we ye change da abale roma akomo trawo a chade bo awon gbogbo baba die alba mo dawo so alba go barola ba de bo gbogbo mo nu e be yu ora de wa si o na we na trawo mama ga bo so bia o so kwa e mo nu a mo nu o ja ba le mo ta mo bi ye de mo e bi yu mo bo ati we ma de no ko asema tiwe male wo amaga gyanyo tra do kwa ikan twa onne wo opo me ya mo ya bo atiwe male mo aga ne aso awa wa bo la kwa ni desi mo e bo ane wo atani wo ma uri ya ta mo sa uri ya mo ya bo anu we uri ya mo mo e ke ba wo ma mo age mo ma no ba ke nu ke ja wo no o bo we wo ti ya na abi ya so wa ya yu ma trawo ma beautiful na osi won amai sade we dey siawe pisi Gdaa di omo ase bupo wen ne buna poa nyuru pi we subunyo we ne se ipe ne se nyokre na mo se ba me di pa ne se jinmo omo si dia ti jo ndela e problem yeah anu to anu so pa ke subu problem nti yo na ke ne tamum na ke o so e wo mo to bi o ya mwana aba mo to bi o mo ne da in ba ne to the state paying that the money back. But mon do it, mon we go where some come on neck, mon buy but black pay money back. So blowing no, it's why I'm going to do say there, yeah, what we put a muta, then they that way, you know, 9 days, no day I will become a good year, say, Manu, and them 3 manana, clean, Benyo. Oye pao, mo ba ta o, ja ne da na apon na je o, de akun ya je o, ne mo da bi na ke da, ne mo po mi pe o, ne mo, ko ti jo le, mo pe so wa pon we ma e, ai blu da ja adi bu an ke fenye mo, ne sa mo se o, ne balala, kle abenyo, nyo sa Porque o da casa bali aí só o patrão
I want to thank you. Okay, I say thank you myself about it. Because my job is citizen. We tell God thank you for everyone of us for that particular gift. Okay, introduction of the keynote speaker. Introduction of the keynote speaker. And no other person will be doing it. We brought Mayor Obia for the introduction. And now we're bringing one more too. We on competition. Tina Sane will be doing the introduction of the keynote speaker. Welcome, baby. Student Tina Sane.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our honorable guest speaker is the son of this son. He was born under the union of Mr. Joseph B. Tua and Ms. Grace Beatrice Sakwa. He was born in the year 1965 in the city of Jarwodee, Gbarzon, Saitoura District, Gedeh County. Our honorable guest speaker began his primary and secondary at Marble Elementary and Medina Junior High School, 1983. Upon his completion, he enrolled at the Morovia Central High School, where he earned his high school certificate and diploma in the year of 1987. The quest to achieve knowledge, our honored guest speaker entered the University of Liberia in 1989. But his study was interrupted by the severe crisis of 1990. However, with the desire of achieving higher education, our honorable guest speaker remained at the university and completed 2011 with his degree in accounting. His desire to serve, our honorable guest speaker was appointed Director of Finance and Planning as Chairman of School Management Team of the Mother Otila Mawe Academy ARCA Region 1. He also served as Finance Officer of Education, Gedeh County System. Not only that, but our honorable guest speaker served as Controller, Gedeh Project Management Committee for 2012 to 2014. Respectively, recently, our honorable guest speaker joined the last hair from the with the currently serve as accountant. Our honorable guest speaker has married to Ms. Grace Pauline EJB Tua and blessed with 3 children. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our guest speaker is our father, uncle, brother, son. He's no one else but Reverend Harris W. Tua.
Honorable Harry D. Doe, the County Education Officer, Ministry of Education, Gedeh County. Honorable Napoleon Quia and Diane Ziati G, incoming and outgoing DEOs of this district. Honorable Albert Moore, Acting Statutory Superintendent of Gbarzon Statutory District, and your government officials here in this district. Honorable William Kai, Representative Emeritus of this noble district, other former government officials here present, our Honorable City Mayor, distinguished members of the City Council here present, if any, our Chief Elder and members of the Elder and Chiefs Council of this chiefdom, Mr. William Kaba, Principal of the Jarwodee Elementary and Junior High School, members of his faculty, teachers, student body, members of the clergy and members of the religious community here present, other well-wishers, our noble funders or financiers of this project, the Gbarzon district citizens in America represented by our brother Bedoslet, students, other well-wishers, citizens and residents of this great city, Jarwodee, distinguished citizens of Nizoni, Gbarzon Chiefdom, Gbarzon Statutory District here present, ladies and gentlemen. I have come to today's occasion today not as the most eloquent, the most preferred, the most matured, and the most aware of the issues concerning education in the district, the county, and Liberia at large. As a matter of fact, the first choice for this program oration was Bishop Ibrahim Talugbewe, considering his background with a master's in education with other experience in the area of education. He was the institution's first choice to deliver this oration. For the fact that he is distanced away to attend to other administrative issues in Monrovia, the administration of this school thought it wise to prefer me to deliver this keynote address. And I'm deeply honored to do so. Thank you, Mr. Kaba and your team, for preferring me. Something that is not worthy. While I was here that I took note of, 2 students came from the 7th grade class to do the introduction of the program and the introduction of the guest preacher or keynote speaker. Both from the 7th grade class. I'm very touched by their presentation. Particularly the one who made the introduction of the keynote speaker, introducing me. Because it was just yesterday when I shared my notes, and I didn't talk to her, I didn't share the notes directly with her, but I shared the notes with the principal through a message, phone message, through a text. And for that student, as a matter of fact, to be able to browse through the information, to be able to digest it and present it in the way that she presented it today spoke volume. Means that we have to encourage our little girls to get in school. On the basis of that, as a matter of side attraction, I will personally give each of them $1,000. Each of the 2 students, student Bajiro was the first that made the introduction from the 7th grade. Where are you? Williamson Bajiro. Will you please come forward? The next person was student Tina Sunny from 7th grade also. During our time here in school, here at this same institution, to on the other side, we were fighting to score grades, but we didn't speak English in public like this, except by saying recitation that was just memorized. But for us to look through paper and read it the way they did today, meaning that the school here is at a different level. Young student, I must commend you. You did very well. Keep it up. Study. And the speech that you gave today, you can give it to a bigger platform. You can give it to the whole of Grand Gedeh. You can give speech to the whole of Liberia. You can give it to the whole of Africa. You can give it to the whole of the world. All you can do is to study. Right after here, I can put my hands in my pocket number. Right after here, each of you will receive $1,000 from me. You can return to your seat. Today, on this very historic occasion, now we go to the message. On this historic occasion marking the dedication of the Jarwodee Elementary and Junior High School. I will speak to you very quickly on the topic Sustainable Partnership for Access, Retention and Completion. Sustainable Partnership for Access, Retention and Completion. partnership. A partnership is a unit involving two or more people working together for the same goal. In a partnership, there is no spectator, there's no stand-up, there's no bystander, there's no one watching. Everyone is involved. Today we are here to dedicate the Jarwodee Elementary and Junior High School. For a partnership to be sustained, all hands are to be on deck. As we dedicate this school today, the atmosphere is charged. Charged with joy, charged with excitement, charged with emotions. Let me reflect a little bit, and please permit me to do so. This institution, the Jarwodee Elementary and Junior High School, formerly the Jarwodee Public School, and then formerly, most recently, the Jarwodee Elementary School, now Jarwodee Elementary and Junior High School, has made immense progress or contribution to the overall education success in this district. In the 1960s and 70s, this school served as the epic center for learning, where parents from across the 12 towns in this chiefdom brought their children to acquire primary education when there were no such facilities in the other towns nearby. This institution has long championed the cause for education in this district and henceforth contributed to the human resource development of this district, Grand Gedeh County, and Liberia at large. Some of our government officials, past and present, institution. Funders. My heartfelt thanks and appreciation to the entire leadership and members of the Gbarzon district, citizens in America, for raising the necessary fundings to erect these units that we see here today. Thanks to the contractor, Mr. Cephas Jr., for the quality of work done here. We are very proud of you. To the administration, headed by Mr. Kara, and the most recent outbound is the Willow Town, the entire staff of the team. Thank you for embracing and welcoming this project. Your effort here today will forever go down in history. We appreciate the MOE and the government of Liberia for your oversight in mobilizing every resources that was needed for this project, thus bringing it to the extent at which we see it today. We appreciate your effort. This effort will not only improve access to learning opportunity, but will also reduce the infrastructure gap which has confronted this institution over the half a century of its existence.
Chief Elders of the district.
Because some of this reflection, I would like for us to stand. Would you please stand with me? Where can we do that very quickly? Silence to reflect
Teachers
on the
and volunteers of the Jarwodee Elementary and Junior High School.
In fact, who envisioned the existence of this school, and those who ran this school, those who were part of this school, but the core hands of death have taken them away. We don't have a list of all, but to name a few: the late Mr. Oliver Willie, the principal emeritus of this institution. May his soul rest in peace. Mr. Buchanan, a teacher from the Gdaa belt, who on his way returning to his family during vacation, met his untimely death on the high tides of the Sestos River during the rain. May his soul rest in peace. May the souls of the late Philip Jarwodee, who single-handedly taught 4 or more subjects in order to be able to fill the manpower gap here at this particular school. We also want to remember the contribution of the late Mr. Regina Zewe, who passed quite recently. We remember their contribution. Not to leave out the late Mr. Kukobi Tiwe, who also contributed. And many more that we cannot name here on this platform. Meaningful students, brilliant, who started the journey here at this school. But today, they are no longer with us. Even though they made their path and they left indelible marks on the history of the map of education in Jarwodee, Nizoni, Gbarzon, Bao, Gbarzon, Liberia at large. May we have a moment of silence. God bless you. You may have your seat. Sustainable access,
William
retention,
Kaba,
and completion.
Principal of Jarwodee Elementary and Junior High School.
As we earlier stated,
Mr.
these
Rabo
buildings
Khan,
are not for those who funded the construction.
Township Commissioner.
They are not from the Gbarzon district citizens in America. As you just saw in a couple of meetings, they are
out of you.
Honorable Doe, the county education officer, I stopped by today to challenge your administration to ensure that this school and the buildings are open to you, the citizens. Please take these buildings as your own. See them, that you will see your own dwelling places in town. See them, like you own best to yourself.
District Democratic Representative, also Parliament.
There must be space. There must be a place where the children will sit to learn. The space is now available and we are dedicating them today.
The CEO of Gedeh County, Honorable Doe.
Let's encourage our children to come to school.
The outgoing DO, Mr. Ziad.
There is a global policy that calls for every child at the age of 3 to be in school.
Honorable Kai, former
The school now has enough space. Please bring your children to impose fines and other penalties on parents and guardians who refuse to send their children to school at age 3. All chiefs in this world and elders, do not fold your hands. These buildings will not teach themselves until students are here. They will only be building here, but not a school. Encourage your children to come. Retention. The buildings are here. Enough space has been created. But the building will not teach themselves. So there must be teachers here always. Not sometimes. Not when they feel like. Not when money is in the bank. But they must be here. Why it is true that teachers have to travel to Zwedru, pay thousands of dollars to get their salaries. Some teachers, let me be on record, some teachers are also in a habit, unwholesome habit, of overstaying in Zwedru for days and even weeks in the name of getting their pay. This must stop, and it must stop now. We encourage the CEO and the DEO to hold the feet of the teachers to the fire to stay here and teach our children. In order to do so, there must be monitoring and evaluation consistently with law. Even though we understand that resources are limited, but this is a career that they have chosen, and sacrifices are also worth the financial benefits and even more. tribute to one of our outstanding fathers who contributed to education and the upbringing and the sustainability of this school, who due to age and other physical disability is not here with us today, but he is resting home according to my understanding. Please take the word that we recognize the effort of Mr. Albert T. Ramsey, former principal of this institution. He is one of the few who stay alive. We recognize his contribution. The sacrifices that they made in the past is paying off today, and history will remember them in a very favorable way. We challenge the MOE through the CEO and DO offices to hold the teachers' feet to the fire. To the parents and guardians, the school must be kept clean for a healthy, safe, and good learning environment for the students. As the saying goes, cleanliness is next to godliness. When this place is filled with rags and garbage, snakes, other creeping insects that are harmful to the health, safety, and even the life of the students and other people using this facility will creep in, making this environment very unsafe for learning. Please keep the environment clean. The psalmist wrote in Psalm 127, number 2 to 4, it says, children are our heritage. Children are a gift from God, and they are our walking stick when we are old. Let us hold the children's education to our chest. The excuses for not having money is good. It's genuine. We can understand. But the excuses would not be able to cover up the damage that the children will encounter tomorrow. So sacrifice to send your children to school. Too many children at the age or the level of school are either in Zwedru or other places for school because parents lack trust in the school to better prepare their children. Teachers and administration, parents, please prove them wrong by staying in school. Completion. Many students enroll at the beginning of the school year, but sooner or later they drop for various reasons. There must be a strong partnership among teachers, administration, parents, guardians, government, and partners to ensure that children who enter the school at the beginning stay in school, and not only stay in school, but complete for promotion to the next level. Whenever a student fails, everyone pays the price. Everyone sustains the loss. The loss on the student, because you're going to sit on the same desk that you sat in for 10 months again. Lost to the parents who woke up in the morning to prepare the child to go to school, who pay the money that they will have better used for other alternatives. They lost to the teacher because you will be encountering the same face in the same class again. It lost to the community because there will be conjunction. If that student have promoted, there will be space created for another student. It's a loss. It's a loss to the country because resources are being invested to pay the teachers to supply materials to educate our child, and the child fails. Everyone sustains a loss whenever a child fails. So every effort must be exerted that each child who enrolls at the school stays in school and makes a pass. This statement does not mean any excuse that because you enroll and because your uniform were clean, even though you did not study your lesson, But because you stay at the end of the school year, you must pass. No. Staying in school, paying fees is not an excuse for not studying. In order to make a pass, you must study. Our schools are merit-based schools. You must earn what you get. And in order to enforce that, teachers must be role models. Teachers must be good examples to the students. I remember in the days that teachers used to have students, senior students, or members of the community to be pointed to strategic areas in the town where dancing and other social activities were going, to mark the name of students who will be staying out after 9 o'clock. And you face punishment the next day. So the issue of whistleblower that is called today in our modern terminology started, but it was not carrying the name of whistleblower. That can also be instituted. But if the teachers and the parents will encourage the students to stay out long hours undergoing social activities, they become restless and they will not be able to perform. I'm not a health practitioner, but a well-known nutritionist, one who studied children's growth and development, says that if a child fails to rest for a minimum of 8 hours before assuming learning responsibility, that child will be far lesser than a child who has enough rest up to 8 hours. The government policy now says school devotions are between 7:30 to 7:50. So if you take 8 hours backward, it means our children are supposed to be in bed as the latest up to 9:30 to be able to meet up with the 8-hour requirements. We notice in our communities that children are in video clubs and other entertainment places even up to 2 o'clock in the morning. But by 7:30 you see them dressed in uniform. They say they are ready to go to school. They are there physically, but mentally they are not there. Let us discourage that. Finally, as I recline to my seat on this very historic occasion, finally, history is being made here today. We have started making history by erecting these buildings funded by our brothers and sisters in the US, dedicating them today by our own presence and involvement into this program. We must continue to make history, a good history, by keeping them open, running for our children, and encourage our children to come and stay and complete. God bless you in Jesus' name.
All right, DJ.
Okay, thank you for that beautiful message given to us and parents and whosoever. Thank you very much. It's well noted. I get a mastership, special invitees. You know that the point that that's why we invite people, and we will be calling their name now. So, and you were told that it is something that lifts or rally. In so doing, I'm about to start the name, DJ. Name of dedication invitees. The first honorable name we'll be calling here is Senator A. Marshall Dennis. L.A. Chester Green. Any representative?
Thank you, DJ. Good afternoon all. I bring a greeting for the office of the Honorable Representative for District Number 3 in presence of Honorable L.A. Chester Grant, who wished to be with you on this unique occasion, but due to some administrative reason, he is unable to be here today. However, for the beginning of this program, We were not recognized, but we don't matter. We are representing the district. We are still here with you. He still needs to speak to his body, more especially the preside, to the CEO, the outgoing and the incoming DEO. Before we speak, I can remember Mr. Kriya, Honorable Kriya, the present DEO, when he and I we were so close, and we started doing things in common, in Monrovia, in Bo. But the most important thing that we want to state to you is education is good. For all the people that I've been speaking to, is education is the key. Today, Mr. Kriya, he has been appointed as DO of the district. I believe tomorrow, they will also do as same. We want to say thank you, Mr. DO. And I will plan our relation and we will work with you in your endeavor. Indeed, our grand said he could have been here with you today, but due to some administrative reasons, he is not here. Look at the great rally, look at the great importance people that have left a business schedule that have found themselves today. He will not just leave from here without saying something to you. In so doing, in the presence of the district acting superintendent and the officials of this great district, he's pledged an amount of $25,000 to be picked up on the 25th of next month. And in my own name, as chairman of the Community Transport Development Committee, a former aspirant at District Number 3, Honorable Edward Kurisia Siotia. We want to join those in the diaspora to embrace the occasion, to embrace our dream. See Jarwodee Public School today. I can remember a few years ago, we got to school, the Jarwodee Central to the teacher. Am I right? Yes. And the list stand by itself. We also want to be talking with you in a due course after consulting my staff, Mr. Dubai, and the rest of the other CLDC members, that we will be speaking to you through your office, Mr. Superintendent, that will help to direct additional 3 classes for the community forest money, not my own money. Yes. But the reason that we start coming in Jarwodee, because Jarwodee no full power of the federal community. We have almost 34 companies that are operating in the district, which we become the head. And recognizing Jarwodee as the headquarters of the district, we need to do something. Mr. Dubai, we need to do something. I know we talk. So we'll be talking with the superintendent, the CEO, and the new appointed DEO that will direct 3 classes for 12th grade, for 11th grade, and for 12th grade, so that me, Jarwodee Central, can come to pass. Thank you very much. God bless all of us. In Jesus' name. Amen. All protocol observed and sustained. Okay, first of all, we are so sorry that we were called upon the first time and we were not present. However, we are here. Speaking my name is G. Plateau, where I come from, the background of the friends of Marshall Dennis. We are here because the school called us. The records are there. We don't have to tell somebody for Grand Gedeh to know that Honorable A. Marshall Dennis respect education. There's no graduation in Liberia that A. Marshall Dennis is not remembered. Every college in Liberia that put out students that have commencement, Honorable A. Marshall Dennis is present there. 1 or 2 persons is there have been sponsored by Honorable A. Marshall Dennis. So why in Jarwodee, by his own statutory district, we have this unique program and A. Marshall Dennis is called upon, will not be present. We can give you our words. The Honorable A. Marshall Dennis is reviewed in everything because education is #1 priority in his planning. On that note, understanding that the projects that you are going through, the Honorable says we should tell you that he pledged $30,000 and in 2 weeks, just get to him and we will do the presentations of that money. Thank you very much. Thank you, Honorable Daniel.
We say thanks to the Honorable man for his pledge. Mr. Wilson Z. Gedeh, any representative, straight D.O. Hallelujah. When you see me calling names, I list the same from the diaspora. So I'm going by it. If you want to make a group, let's go. I'm moving forward. Mr. Harris Do, CEO. Education. Education. All the CEOs. Anything that I would just say in the camp for Gedeh. I mean, CEO standing as a teachers. They are saying in every visit.
I think I said it from the beginning that we are overwhelmed to see this kind of development. And this is money business we are talking. The building cannot be here. We have students and there are no instructional materials. The guest speaker has said it all. And so, on behalf of the office of the CEO, the education office of the council, including my DOs and my own name, I'm going to give you 3,000 and we pledge 7,000. Thank you very much. We pledge 7,000 before the end of this month. We will pick it up from us. Beatrice.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
God bless MOE. Thank you, sir. I'm going to the needed DO. The new DO.
Okay, we thank God again. But I think my boss spoke already. But we will still speak because we are administrator. So on behalf of the outgoing and the incoming, okay, Samuel. Okay, but we will just speak because our father's been, so we need to get more money. But when the father speak, now the son not supposed to do that again. But we do that because we want money. So I give you 10 $10. Okay. Yeah, 10 euros.
Okay, DJ. Me, you're not big and 2 by 2. One at a time. According to my outgoing DO, the new DO was going
Awesome.
Now, good afternoon to everybody. You see, I said from the beginning that when you have a child or children, those children need to be educated. Education is sweet, my people. Beatrice?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Come closer.
Who are you, Chief?
What I want to do, I'm on my way back to Monrovia. I'm still in Monrovia. But I pledged 3,000 Liberian dollars on the 15th of this month. I will send it on your mobile. You give me your mobile number.
All right. Okay, continue. Please stand by. I've got some prayer. I will call you. Mr. Awa Toru. Mr. Awa Toru.
It was on the 27th of this month, of last month, December, when we received an invitation through our emails from the Gbarzon district citizens in the America that they will be having a dedication ceremony for a newly constructed school here today, and they were asking us to attend. So I accepted initially, but I have to inform my office. I work for an NGO called KEEP. KEEP is Case Educational Engagement Project. We work in collaboration with the Ministry of Education. So we are partnered to the Ministry of Education. So when we received the invitation, I informed my executive director, Emmanuel. I forwarded the invitation to her. So our first question was, Albert, what do they need? What do they want? Because in an invitation they said there will be a rally to support the school with instructional materials, and that is one of our focus. So for this year, we have a project from UNICEF that we supposed to be working with 3 schools in Gbarzon. So, but we have not selected the schools.
I will be there.
But with this, normally before we do our selection, we work with the office of the CEO, and then he recommends where to go. Thank God he's here, and thank God the DOs are here, though one is going far away from Gbarzon. We will work with the CEO to see if he will choose your community or school, then you are blessed. There are 3 key focus we work in. We establish libraries. Yeah, and then we furnish it. We give books for the students to use. Because one of our main problems we have in Liberia is reading. There are some students who graduate from high school, if you get them people to read, they can't read. Yeah. So our key focus is to establish mini libraries in schools. And then we also give stationery to students. We supply copybooks, pens, and pencils. For the UNICEF project this year, that's one of the things we will be doing. So, good the CEO is listening, and the principal is also listening. Get around the CEO now when we go to the office. Yeah, when we go back to the strategy, we'll go back to the office now so that he will include your school. If he includes your school, then we will fully be working with your school for, the project goes for 3 years. And then we'll be working with your school for 3 years. If he doesn't choose your school, we'll encourage him to see that in school. Yeah. So, so that's what we'll be doing. I will also prevail on him so that you will see that your school to be part of it. Yeah, but yeah, so we also in my capacity will get 2,000 without pledging you. So thank you very much.
Hallelujah. Aye. What the game will be there for you, sir? Okay.
The more I stay over there, I won't reduce the money.
No.
All right, the 2 students that I already talked about, can you get your $1,000?
I'll give it to them. You only need to come up here.
You stand to get more when you continue to study. When you start feeling, then we start taking the money away. All right.
No, I promise to give it.
So today's rally, since I left Jarwodee Elementary School 1980, I went to Jarwodee to go to school 81. The very first time I came back for vacation was July 1981. And the very day I got to my house there, then the school was closing, they were having their closing program. By the time the news reached there, they say, oh, one of our graduates here at Harris School, the principal, Mr. Gbarzon, for me, said you can't give speech. So I can't give speech because the school was closing. And I already left from here. I went to school to go to Madlatra in Sweden. So I said, oh, he's not going to be big man. So Jaha people were sitting there and said, you can't speak right in the 3rd and 4th grade classroom. So I went to here. I said, but what do you want me to say? He said, but talk to the students. So I said, okay, you're stereo, you're on stereo, you're stereo, you're on stereo. But because we were here, we didn't speak English that much. And so I'm surprised our children, 1st grade, 2nd grade, they're speaking English here very well today. Yeah, but we were here, we could write the English. But to speak the English, it was a problem. So even when we went to Swedru, things that we knew when they asked, they say, you guys don't need to say, anybody get a question? We can't ask questions, but when the test comes, we pass. So my manager said, my mentor, how you can manage? You can't ask questions, you can't tell you class. I said, well, I go home, I can talk to my boy, my notebook. Now Mr. Gbarzon called me and he said, you can't give speech. So the only thing for me to tell the people, say, you're stereo, you're more stereo. If you're not stereo, you will fail. If you're stereo, you will power. Now my speech. So the schools are doing very well today. Not to take much of your time, for and on behalf and in our own name as a guest speaker, we gave the amount of 5,000.
We will be buying chalk then. Okay.
We're buying chalk.
Honorable Jacob Sidby, any representative? Honorable Sidby? All right. Honorable Keze Mayapoa? Any representative? Honorable William S. Kai?
Sao? DJ!
Honorable William S. Kai?
Platform guys, all of people that came, all of people that came here, they received invitation. I was a wonder person that did not receive invitation and I came. They called me in the state, they say, well, I want to go to the program. What the program for? What it now for? All I know, once they were in Gdaa, I started coming. South. Speak on that. Speak south. And when I got to Gdaa, I was remember now, let me rock in the okra. Then they called me, they said, where are you? I said, I'm in Gdaa. What should I do next? They said, the Lord will carry Gdaa and Bolo Bank. So I got on Bolo Bank. I got in that time around about 6 o'clock in the morning. And from there, I came to Gdaa. Up to that point, I don't still know what I'm supposed to do on the program. I started asking people, you are doing the program, I started begging for it. But the reason I did that, I took the way because of Gdaa. There was a time for the seat to come. I went through a lot of acid, I told a lot of rain. I'm happy for those for the diaspora today that we can get Gdaa. I'm happy today that students can come here and work here today. I'm happy today that we can get school building like this today.
Thank you.
To be dedicated.
Sound.
I also want to thank the ELO for thanking those people who had impacted their ideas into working to have this school building. But I want to tell you, the citizen of Jarwodee, I have a plan for you. At the end of my journey, 2023, when I shall have been at the capital of Benin, I will pay a vocational school. I am one of the aspirants that is here. I'm going to tell you, don't worry, I'm not going to play. Despite my way all have been done, so I cannot be employed, but I will not play here today. That's why I have not been working since 2011 when I was about to become student for Brandy County. I was about to become for quality, but I will not play here today. Therefore, I want to talk to the people of Jarwodee and my supporter. I brought to give this amount of 20,000 laboratories.
Thank you. All right, we're moving. Any representative from Irepoto or Irepoto? Any representative? Come forward, please. Any representative? Irepoto.
In Jesus' name. Thank you for your invitation. Irepoto is in the diaspora, he's in America right now. But every one of us will know that this name, Irepoto, is a household name in Gbarzon, is a household name in Liberia. And anybody, if you don't know Irepoto, Irepoto is one of the pride children of Liberia, one of the most educated person that Liberia can come on. So if you are discussing education, you discuss Irepoto. While we're in Gbarzon, Jarwodee will have such a program, education program, that Irepoto will not be remembered. That would be too disappointing. Thank you very much. And on behalf of Irepoto told me that I should tell you, even though he filed for you, but this time, somebody can just receive money from America in just a minute. So he said he pledged the amount of $50 US and take delivery of the money in 10 days. Thank you.
DJ, thank you. Mr. Fede Sejo. Mr. Cha Sandru. Mr. David Jagge. Mr. Sleto. Okay, he left already. Okay. So thank you. That is the invitation sent to me from the diaspora. I'm continuing with my program sheet. Remarks. The first person I'll be calling here, the supervising principals. PTA chair. PTA chair. PTA chair. Please sorry, Gedeh. Please sorry, Gedeh. Please sorry, Gedeh.
All protocol observed and sustained. On behalf of the parents, guardians of this institution, we want to extend our thanks and appreciation to the Gbarzon District-based American that help the citizen on behalf of the children and ourselves to construct this unique building to help promote the educational system in this district and in this city as a whole. Again, we want to say another thanks to those who also pledge for tomorrow to all live the school tomorrow for instructional materials and other things that will be needed to carry the school facility ahead. Then I want to say this again to my fellow parents of this community. They say every 1,000 miles of a journey starts with a single step. The people today that are pledging thousands of dollars from this invitation were all students aside from ABC until they reach where they are today, and we are looking up to them. I want to say that to my fellow citizens that it may want to feel bad during the coming of this program. The preparation is some for the teachers and very, very handful of parents in putting things in place on this campus. BF today, when they say a senator is coming, a representative is coming from here to the street, there will be no space for somebody to pass. It was their parents that sponsored them in school until they reach where they are today, and we are worshiping them when they come in the need of receiving token from them to sustain ourselves tomorrow. But not to forget, the child you have tomorrow may be a senator the same way. The child you have today may be a doctor, may be a superintendent, and so name it. So when we come to school work, community member, we beg you, let us be in full attendance to make the teachers happy that we the parents are happy of what they are doing, wasting their own time, not wasting their own time per se, but educating our own children for tomorrow so that they will become somebody of tomorrow too, that when they come in from somewhere we will say our own children are coming too. Today when you don't hear your child, tomorrow you will hear the child on air. The after tomorrow when you don't hear the child on air, you will hear the child on air talking the development of our district. So when you come to work at school, some of us have 4 or 5 children in school, but we can say we are not PTA chairman, we are not teacher, we are not responsible. I'm a pastor, I'm a this, I'm a that. Then if everybody continue to claim title, who will come and do the work on the campus for our students? It's very, very bad. Very, very, very bad indeed. So, Honorable CEO, present here, we want to commend to you and recommend at the same time, while the school is yet to be promoted to pre-high school and high school, we have a lot of VTs unpaid, and they continue to run their services. They don't get money, but because of the children, their family children, they run these services from years to years without getting a payroll, and they continue to work. So we are asking your own office to please take note and take it to your office as well as to the ministry, so that not only in Jarwodee alone, but the whole of Gedeh, we listen to radio, we have manpower shortage because of volunteers, services, no pay, so any volunteer can just get tired and fracture and go on their way. Therefore, we want to ask you to please take note and see to it that our volunteers will be at least taking on payroll, that tomorrow the school will be filled with manpower. Where there is manpower, the students can be happy to go to school. But when the teachers are short, no teachers, students can be discouraged to go to school because teachers are not up campus, and when they go on campus in large number, a shortage of teachers, they just say that it can cause noise. No teacher in the other class, students just say they don't. At the end of the day, they started leaving, going to different areas where they feel that they will go to school and learn better. So this is our recommendation as parent of this institution. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We're dealing with time. Anyone I come here will give you 2 minutes. Please. Our bosses still have a long journey to go. Thank you. Hey, you representative from first. You representative all the youth, the children, the town, the district, the whatsoever. Please come up. You.
Chris Zamuya, the district youth president.
Hello. Okay.
So no, I guess Augustine.
No. It's a boss. Okay. All protocol serve and sustain. I will only introduce myself to those who don't know me. I'm Grace Samoja, the elected president for Bao Administrative District. The woman who cleared the way that the no man should put forth. And the margin of 165 points. Sorry, the youth. Sorry.
Okay, not to prolong time. The district youth are here, including the children youth. I'm so sorry, the New Year Japan. So the district you give $1,000 at their own support.
Representative, thank you. Women group. Any women group? Women group. Men representative. No men. Secretary District Superintendent, Honorable IT Superintendent, Honorable Howard Moen.
Representing the whole district on the county school board. Grand Gedeh County has a school board. So, yeah, Mr. Drogbaji
is written there.
Yeah, it's there. Mr. Drogbaji is representing this district, the whole district, the educational district. So I think it's necessary that he say a few words. When he finish, myself will talk for 1 minute.
Yeah, it's the oversight. Then I'll go straight there to the district school board chair. The district school board chair. Mr. Dubai. Mr. County school board.
Hello. Good afternoon to everybody. Professor Harris Doe, County Education Officer, Grand Gedeh County. Honorable Aaron Boleke Moy, Acting Superintendent, Gbarzon Statutory District. Honorable William S. Kai, former representative, one of the brain behind Grand Gedeh County politics. Mr. Both DEOs, incoming and outgoing, Mr. Principal and members of the faculties of Jarwodee Elementary and Junior High School, chiefs and elders, clergymen, student body, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We not eat much of your time, but however, we are under obligation to say a few things. Firstly, we want to extend our thanks and appreciation to our brothers and sisters who are based in the diaspora for undertaking this unique project by building us a school. We thank them very much. We also want to challenge them. For example, their colleagues who are based in the diaspora from Colombo, they are doing giving a lot of assistance to the Colombo school system, such as providing stipend for teachers, volunteer teachers. We also ask them in that direction to assist us. And I am the sole representative of all parents in Gbarzon Education District, so I go strictly to we the parents. As I'm standing before you, I'm very, very ashamed, only proud of God that I'm alive to be here. Why ashamed, Jim Dubai? The parents attended here today is very poor. Very, very poor. I want to tell you that this facility just constructed. They are not for the teachers. They are not for the DEOs. Rather for the students. But for we, the parents. And we should be happy to receive this infrastructure. But unfortunately, for us, the numbers of people present here are not even 5% of Jarwodee residents. Why? Are we not appreciating education? And let me tell you one good thing about education, whether you like it or not. Whether you learn more or not. Anyone you will learn it well. If Dubai have not learned little, I'm from Bo. Do the people that have no reason to make in Dubai Bo member for Gbarzon district? And so we'll be trapped in somewhere there. But because Dubai went to school and learned little and learned it well. So if we are blessed today and our children oversee a constructed school for us, and we the parents will fail to appreciate them. Why? Yesterday, what we brought on car, motor car, that we don't know about. Tens of thousands of human beings turn out in Jarwodee here. You have a car down there. You have a car down there. We don't know about car. You get a car, it's a waste. And somebody brought you education to learn, and you are not appreciative. However, we are to speak. I want to appeal to all of you, my parents, those that are here. If you go home, please tell our people that the school buildings, all schools in Gbarzon Statutory District, all schools in Gbarzon Education District belongs to the parents. Let us not say they are for teachers, they are for DEO, they are for CEO. Those are employees of the Ministry of Education. And we have Mr. G here. Today he has been transferred. The other teachers here can be transferred too. But you as parents, will you be transferred? We can be transferred, so these are our property. However, we also want to take this time to extend our thanks and appreciation to the county education officer who have taken his time from Jarwodee and his entourage to come to this program. As we can see, other people send process. The CEO, he never had interest in Gbarzon Education District, he could send process as well. He could even designate any teacher and say, go represent me. And so it be.
but he came all by himself. But to we the parents still, look at the student turnout here. Are we sending our children to school? Somebody spoke here. My boss man on the CLDC level reminded us that this place was once named the Gbarzon Central High School. Even according to him, we have to consult, but then he went ahead to say, well, the CLDC will construct 3 classroom buildings to be used by the senior high. But I question myself, where are the students? The Ministry of Education, through the CEO, I can say, actions speak louder than words. They are prepared to elevate their school to senior high. But where are the students? Promotion of schools can come about where you have more students ready to learn. For example, we are discussing Jarwodee Elementary and Junior High School today. So, if we got about 45 students in the 9th grade, we can appeal and say, look, that high is semi-high school. Because they are promoted automatically, you got 45 students in the 10th grade, right? And the following year, we promote you to the to 11th grade. The following year, complete senior high. If the CEO was not prepared to do so, he won't have assigned a BSc holder yet. And the BSc holder is being qualified. The BSc holder who did education is qualified to serve as principal for senior high school. So why do you think Jarwodee can become a senior high school? But we the parents, are we sending our children to school? You the young boys, are you going to school? Or you say Ryan Manubai? I can tell you, if you are educated, somebody can get you Manubai free. Look at our old man like James Dubai. The man get private Manubai. So if you know about you will not get private Manubai. But you want to rob Manubai for a fuller man. You rob for a fuller man. And at the end of the day, when your official get back, you read Dubai age. You think I can rob commercial Manubai now? I can't even rob 2%. Then what will you do? However, my fellow parents, I want to appeal to you in this public manner. Let's encourage our children to go to school. Let's send our children to school. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. I think. Thank you. Hello. I just want to respond to some of the appeals that have been made. Because the guest speaker has said it, my board member for Gbarzon District has said everything. Okay? But for the volunteers you talk about, we know that we have people who are volunteering their services in our schools. We have sent some of the people you have here, we have sent their names to Monrovia to be put on payroll. So we are not the one. We are only waiting. So we want to advise you to keep your finger crossed. This government is not doing direct employment. That's the problem we have. So keep your finger crossed. We appeal to you. And to you, the parents, the volunteer teachers are teaching your children. You may not have money. We agree. But there's another way you can help. There's another way you can help as parents for those who are not on payroll teaching your children. Yes. You can go on the teacher's farm. The teachers are not allowed to carry the case on their farm to go brush. No. It is against our policies. We will charge them with child labor. Number one, even human rights group will join us to charge them. So you, the parents who get the children, we don't have teachers, we agree. People who are helping, you should also be in a position to help them, either on the farm or your backyard garden. That's one way. Now, what I want to tell you is, you are the owner of the schools. What you can do as a community members, so in a community, you can have what we call education monitor. The young people are there. Those people, like he said, will be whistleblowers. While other children are in school here, they are children, other areas in the town. Sometimes they are among the banana, sometimes they are in the bush. While other children are in school, what are they doing there? I know this is not the population of the school yet. This is not the population. Where are the other people? So parents put together, look for monitors, people in the field, who when they see your children not in school, while their friends are in school, that will go to the PTA chair, or even go to the chief and carry that complaint, or go to the parent who child is not in school and say, look, your friend children are in school, why are you not in school? If the problem is from the school, then the PTA will contact the school as the problem. Let me tell you another thing. We are paying money, $1,000, $2,000, this is junior high school. That money should not stop any parent from sending their child to school. The school is for you. Come to the principal and tell the principal, look, I have 3 children here, I'm supposed to pay $3,000, but I don't have the money now. So let's sit down, let's see, help me, this is how I want to pay it. If there are $200 per month you can pay it. Don't keep the children home because you say you don't have school fees, you don't have money. Because those are the excuses that you can give. I have 5 children, I don't have money. The school is for you. So as we are leaving from here, we want to tell you to sit down and get some young people in the town who, during school hours, will be on the alert, looking for children who are not in school. In the absence of education, the community will perish. You will not have it tomorrow. He said it. You want elevation. You want a school to go to high school. We know. And this is why we brought Mr. Kaba here. Mr. Kaba is supposed to be teaching in one of the high schools in Gbarzon here. But we said no. Go and prepare the way. The students that will be in high school got to come from elementary. Look at the children you brought here today. Today is school day, you know that? Friday. Today is school day. So that's the advice I want to give you. Put yourself together and make sure your children come to school. Nothing should stop them from coming to school. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. The Secretary District Superintendent, the IT Superintendent, Honorable Awa Moon, the time is given to you.
Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. All protocols are observed and sustained. Because of my hands, I will not be able to use the microphone. So I want you to bear with me so that all that I'm going to say for you to listen, take it home, and then act upon it. On behalf of the district, I am Abba B. Moen, Acting Statutory District Superintendent. I want to say a big thank you to our brothers and sisters that are in America that are taking the initiative to construct the newly or the junior high school in Jarwodee City. I also want to thank the principal and staff of the Jarwodee Elementary and Junior High School for hosting this program. And I hope that they will continue to always do so that our children can be able to speak among people. Because if they don't do it, there are some students that are shy. And so if they can't plan programs, it means that those students will always be shy and they will not be able to prove their talent. So, Mr. CEO, I want to recommend to you that the office of the DO be transferred to Jarwodee City. Another recommendation is, Mr. Gdaa spoke on it, and I think other people have been saying the same thing. The VTs, they must please try to see about the VTs so that their name can be placed on the payroll. Although you explained it to us, but I also want to stretch on it as head of the district so that you can see reason and talk to your bosses so that the VTs can be placed on the payroll. I would also like to take this time to thank Mr. Napoleon Kuya, the influential DO, because he has been serving in government for a very long time. So he had a lot of experience, and I know that he is capable of being the DO. That's why the minister appointed him to be here today. But I also want to inform you to take the first step of the outgoing DO, Mr. Zadek G, because he always in close consultation with the office of the superintendent in case of any workshop or any lecture that you want to give to the students. He can invite us and we can also be there. Thank you very much for your patience. Thank you.
Any representative for the council superintendent? If not, move forward. Thanks. 4 things. And so will be coming out. Mr. William Kaba.
In Jesus' name, I want to bless God today for this all-important occasion for which you are here. We are happy that you have come to share with us our happiness. It's a joy that we have such a morning building constructed for our kids. But we are grateful to God for you all for coming. We say thank you for leaving your business schedule to be part of this program. One thing that moves us and want to say before we take our seat is that there are a lot of calls, there are a lot of statements that are made in our behalf already. We noticed something that we want to come and speak about, but what is the need of it when all have been said? I want to thank God for all of you that make a statement here, from the CEO down to the superintendent to the lower person that spoke here this afternoon concerning issues surrounding learning. One of the key things I learned from the keynote speaker is the issue of parents should send their children to school. You know, I'm an elderly man that I come to praise with you in this environment to upgrade the school. But to my utmost surprise, I found myself running beyond students. It's really discouraging. And you know, elderly man up and down in the streets, going beyond students, it's not supposed to be so. We as parents should do our best to tell our children to come to school. We are afraid because of the policy government has put into place not to use, you know, corporal punishment for our students. But it's sad. I can know some part of last week or week before last, some of my students are flooded because they were playing football at night, around 8 or 9 o'clock. Where are we as parents? We sit down, we look at our children to be doing things on their own. We born them, the children are born, or we get on the back to be ready for school. But thank God for these speakers.
especially where Brother 2 have just said, please allow your children to come to us, but I feel I will have to deal with them. We will not go beyond to be flocking there in your presence, whereby you can do it yourself. There are a lot of calls we plan to have informal is that some of you here, your children are on the field of education and they are citizens of Jarwodee, but they are all out there doing different things. Because they want to teach 4 or 5 schools in Jarwodee, they are there. Where are they? They are competent teachers that can uplift the school. Our dream is to bring the school to a full high school level, but this can be done with your children join us to work together. Please do your best. As we listen to all these speeches that come forth, they should not fall on deaf ears. We should act upon them. The issue, the speaker's problem is that the school environment is saddening that as principal, an elderly man, I found myself cutting real all around. And you know, these are all issues that we want to talk about. If we back out, they mean that the people will not be here. But because we love our community, this is why we have come to join you. Please do your best to work along with us. I want to say thank you to our CEO for the advice he just gave to all of us. And I want to encourage you, please do your best to work with us. Tell your children to join to uplift this school. We say thank you for taking up your time to be part of this program today. We say let God bless you as you all rejoice at this dedicatory program. Because we should bless all of us in Jesus' name.
Amen. Announcement. This is a fine announcement. Item 13. When I government tells you item 13, just wait for it. Sit where you are. Please. For item 13. Amen. After the benediction, please sit where you are. For what? Item 13. For the refreshment. Benediction. We ask the pastor to open this program so that he can come and give us the benediction.
Can I hear amen? Amen. Can I hear amen? Amen. Shall we rise? Let's bow. And so, Father Lord, we tell you thank you for you being with us today again to have the unique program. But we are about to the right, Papa. We're not leaving your presence, Papa. Every direction we go, let your presence go with us, Lord. Make these children so that they will be able to attract attention to this education. Make we the parents that will be able to talk in the ears of our children, that they will be able to attract attention to this school. Papa, all of us that are running upon you this today again. Take away sickness, make us to be healthy. We tell you, thank you that we are entering 2022. Let us enter the 2022 with new attitude, with peace and joy, with prosperities, that your name will be glorified. And so, Father, take away sickness, make us to be healthy in our body, and give us many here to live on earth in Jesus' name. Amen.
I'm Mr. William T. Gdaa, Principal of Jarwodee Elementary Junior High School in the city of Jarwodee. We want to use this meeting to say thank you to all of our brothers and sisters in diaspora, especially in America, where the upper now is serving, taking on this great project. We're part of them, we pray that God will give them blessing, info that they will do more of that. We appreciate the right one to do that. God bless them wonderfully as we all in prayer with them. Thank to the leader, J.J. Dennis, and the entire staff and coach of the Parent Association in America. We really appreciate them. Let God bless them in Jesus' name.
Okay, I'm Harry Gdaa, County Education Officer for Gedeh County School System. And I want to take this time on behalf of the government of Liberia through the Ministry of Education to say thanks and appreciation to the Gbarzon District Association in the Americas for the construction of this solid and unique school building for the Jarwodee Public School, Jarwodee Elementary and Junior High School in Jarwodee City, Gbarzon District. We want to assure you people, this is why we are here today. We want to assure you that this building you are erected, we're going to work with the PTA, we're going to work with the stakeholders in the county to make sure the structure here, the facilities are used for the intended purpose. So we wish you God's blessing, and we hope that we all work together to make sure that education is some part in the county to the other counties. Thank you very much.